All right. We are back. This is Out of the Mud presents Connected and Protected with Dehru Mitchell. And today we're going to be talking about the need to key in. And here we have the magnificent Mr. Dehru Mitchell.
All right, good evening. And I say the need to key in because we are being distracted and our attention is being thrown in every direction other than what we really need to see. Now, I found it very necessary to go to the world programs that set up the what would you call it? The categories in which these societies of states that are major corporations, first of all, take you through. And the major reason for those states to take you through it is the economy. Therefore, I went straight to World Economic Forum. And in finding that, I went to those people that made up those um, organizations, such as Charles Schwab and a few of those others that, they started in other organizations and they considered them secret organizations, but they weren't quite secret. They were just exclusive. And we're not talking about the Millionaires Boy Club, the Billionaires Boy Club. We're talking about the Trillionaire Boy Club. What? You didn't think there were any? Oh, yeah. That's why I say there's a need to key into these things. They set the agenda and they make the programs and they give the statistical information to those who they give those instructions to carry out. And you might wonder what those are. Well, as I found out very recently, that Donald Trump was one of the ones who gave a exclusive, what's he gave an exclusive, speech to them stating that he had completely followed their orders and what he had already embarked on as far as carrying them out. I'll say that if you looked at the, World Economic Forum, which I think it occurred 4 4 days ago, you'll see that he gave the speech and he told them what had accomplished so far. Some of the things were, putting the freezes on, things that he did. Yeah, he put the freeze on a few things. He told them, "Yeah, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, and I'm going to do this." But y'all kind of stuck on the y'all kind of stuck on the block on diversity, equity, and inclusion. He made a comment on the genders that are going to be prevalent tension in this country, and there ain't but two, male and female. The rest of y'all, all those in betweens and going around in circles, y'all can keep that to yourself. Matter of fact, y'all can go back in the closet with it. Uh, you say I have directed all members of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and reduce the cost of daily life. Whose daily? Uh, I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze. I created the new Department of Government Efficiency. Now, I don't think that drained the swamp. As a matter of fact, it said in his first days, he's going to totally recast, and I mean recast because this is a sideshow as far as I'm concerned. Recast the whole government and put those in positions that he has already given a sort of uh, when you go into training, a sort of training that will make them so efficient as to be carry out all of his orders from day one throughout his, this term that he's fixing to do. So much so that he's already got a enforced situation at the border, and, they're kicking around, well, are we gonna kick them all back out, or are we gonna give birthright citizenship to those that are born in the country? Doesn't matter because those that are born in the country still don't get citizenship to the extent that they were actually people of the land, because people of the land don't have citizenship. They do have natural, what do you call it, indigenous rights, though, and they're not yet to be honored, except for the few tribes that weren't paper genocide, you know, those treaty tribes that, they're giving back a little recognition to. But we'll get into that some other time. I mean, you can't key into that now because some of you are due a whole lot because of it. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody, 'cause everybody's not included. Everybody wasn't paper genocide, you know. A lot were when we were classified as Negro, Afro Americans, all the rest of those words of classification. And you can't trace our real heritage back to being the organic people. Those people, they're still at a loss of having to in and find out what lots you got to get back to the land lock that was put on us because we were prisoners of war and so on and so forth, you know, key into it. Okay, getting back to World Economic Forum, you got a overall class that population-wide, as far as the world standards are concerned, have no ability to be counted any more than 1%. These are the ones who have the ability to control the markets. Not only do they cause the devaluation of currencies, but they cause the fluctuations in businesses that causes the up and down turns that most people graph to find out how stocks are doing, so on and so forth. And they're made to do that so that they can discuss these things with each other before they even do them. And they plan out their buying, selling, so on and so forth, so that they can always manipulate it for their benefit. If we get caught doing it, it's called inside trading. There's time for you. But they can do it because they're above that as they are the way those things are structured. They structure. So, I mean, if you look at the Davos Club, its leader, Carl Schwab. Yeah, Carl Schwab. You have that person who lived his life bitterly imposing his will on people because he was tricked in the first place to think that he wasn't what he was. But then when he found out that he was, it didn't matter because he figured I can do everybody the same way. Then in his later years, like now, where he's uh, at the same point in time, he made himself look real good because he went into the philanthropic area and started doing things. But now he was doing things in so many other countries so as to give them an idea that he got from what is it, socialist uh, philosophies of Popper, I think it was. Anyway, he ran that so hard that he threw away fortunes a couple, but at the same time, he always had his, yeah, Klaus Schwab. Okay. Well, key in on it. There's always these points that I might be a little off, but I'll give you a basis to that. Now, as far as the World Economic Forum being dealt with, what is it? The United Nations, all those world government or world governing facilities, stations, they all meet up in the Davos. That was before the World Economic Forum took its shape. And the Davos Club met in Switzerland.
So, do you mind if I challenge you?
Challenge me? Sure. No,
Yes.
no. No challenge. You can always add to it.
So this is going from the advocate side of it. So I'm going to be those people.
Oh, those people.
I'm gonna be those people.
Well, probably all
So
of those
so
people,
no,
but
it doesn't matter.
okay, okay.
I
Come,
get
come,
it. So
come,
this is
come.
I'm using the whole. I'm internalizing and externalizing for those. So you are telling me that
I'm just speaking. I ain't
I
telling
don't have a right to control my system.
your sister.
I have given you the ability to live in this system, in this European system. So you are saying that you have a problem with my system.
Oh, mm, uh-uh. But then you are stating that you've given me the ability to control.
There was
What would have been the alternative?
the alternative is poverty. The alternative is chaos. The alternative is not
Well,
to
where is that changed?
this the thing that you do not get and understand is that chaos comes from anything that has not been structured. I bring you structure. I give you the ability to understand that you can value yourself and create an opportunity to become something. Now, the numbers are a part of it. So everybody's not going to make it on top, but there will be room for those that have the ability to. I have
You,
civilized you.
you well, I take that you consider that all of your civilization came from yourself.
What I would tell you is that what I have is the innate ability and the determination to thrive and survive and not be at the foot of anyone. I take and I control.
I'll grant you that.
You
I'll
cannot
grant you
grant.
that.
I grant you
No,
the
I'll
ability
grant you that.
to say that you can grant
Uh,
because it is my system.
oh,
So look, let
to
me.
that extent,
So
I can differ with you.
you people,
You know,
you
what?
people,
You people?
you people can differ with whatever you want because you gave us the opportunity to take advantage. So the technologies that you had, we just perfected them. The concepts of society, we made them grandiose.
Yeah, you always did that. But then that was less than that
How is it less than excellent when we
because it
control?
always has deteriorated. It
That
has always deteriorated.
that is
That is the same structure as boom and bust.
that is the some equivalent of life. We are all born to leave. But what are we going to do in between that time?
Hmm.
So this is what I'm saying.
For you to live in the manner that you do causes us to live in the manner that we have to.
And it's not my fault that you do that. It's not my fault that you do not have the ability or the cognitive ability to unify yourself and to get out of the struggles in which everyone has been in.
Hmm. So to say that me sitting here with the knowledge that you are in those positions to do so,
Prove it.
Mm,
Prove it. Anything that you have said, prove it. See, this is the ingenious thing of that
You had do
we
you had
people,
do
the
you
ingenious
do
thing
you
that we
have the
people have done.
organizations that I'm
Those are of no consequence. Those are just things to.
they're not the things that manipulate these
Do
societies and
you know what a
and
magician
the
does? Do you like
come on,
magic?
don't do the Harry Potter thing.
You like magic. Right.
Uh,
You like a good magic. I show you what I want
no,
you to see.
exactly.
I
But
give
then at
you
the
the
same time
opportunity to
but then at
understand
the
that.
same time, you're only showing me what you want me to see. But you're not
Exactly.
knowing that I'm looking past that to see what actually is.
So that's only a few of you. What fool that is in control of anything is going to tell
That's why it's a need to
those
key into it.
I can understand.
You understand? So
I
that with that, the exposure of that should enlighten and uplift those who you don't even want to know these things. You don't even want to live in a unified manner, even though
I have for my people, for my kind, for those that fit into my social construct, into my economic construct. Anywhere I go on this us people, there's a respect and a renown for us. You know that if you do something to us, there are consequences. But any of you people, there's no consequence. Life is very cheap for you. You kill your own at no expense, at no cost. There's no conscience. So we have created the environment to where you
I
understand that
don't have
if
that.
there is one hair that we
I
do not
will
like,
not even attempt to put a price on that ticket you just listed.
it is already here. It's already in existence. Prove me wrong.
I dare not speak on it. For that matter, because the proving of it,
Why fear death? We all have to see that.
well, no. Not that it's fearing it, but why put myself at the what is it? Uh, uh, receiving end of a death sentence.
These
When
things,
you say I'm not what I'm worth to myself.
I only use the numbers to see. I only use the numbers to see.
Okay, well,
Now, this
so far as that's concerned, you consider yourself number one, no number lower than that.
I need to understand more what you mean.
No, no, you don't. Not if you can. Not if there's no number less than number one.
It's also the most. Well, let me digress with that because the most powerful number is nine, because it is of completion, it is wholeness, and it is of rebirth.
And I am of that nine, as far as I'm concerned. Now, what you think of it, you'll find out as your time depletes itself.
But what you people
What you
choose to,
people,
overlook is the story of Jacob and Esau, and the scripture of the first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
oh,
So we
really?
are those people that are now first because we were last.
No, you will never last. Esau came out,
We didn't steal our birthright.
huh?
Our birthright was stolen from us.
Oh, but of course, under the
What color was what
under
color was Esau?
under
And I don't like
under
to get on frivolous things such as color and things of that nature because it's about the hierarchy of understanding, and
right
it's about the
under the supposed theft was the
so
fact
now it's a supposed theft.
supposed theft.
It's
How
so
could he be? How
incredible
could
how
how,
justified when everyone says that the man with the
was it a
blue eyes
natural birth?
is always
Was it
stealing.
a natural
I will let you explain. You are defending yourself in your words.
birth? Am I defending? No,
I'm
I'm not
telling you
defending.
what
You said
the biblical scripture for Aramaic.
Hebrew or Aramaic. There was a Syrian birth. was to be 9. And so where was Jacob? Okay, see you.
Trying to hold me back.
Hmm?
Trying to hold me back.
Hold you back? No,
Holding my heel to hold me back.
no. Saying, "Oh, this is the way out.
Yes,
This is the way
I
out."
had to guide him to the
No, he
light.
wasn't guiding you. You weren't guiding.
I
It
was
was a
first.
unnatural phenomenon.
He was.
No,
I
it
was.
was an unnatural phenomenon. Cesarean birth was a natural breaking of the matrix, and they're coming from the womb through the vaginal canal. It was not done in that manner.
Semantics.
Semantics says the natural is always. It's unnatural comes. So when his birthright, which he gave up, it wasn't stolen. He considered it nothing as far as being the first to come out, not the firstborn, but the first to come out. And upon his arrival, what color was he? Yeah, he was a ruddy red, full of covered with hair and a bestial appearance.
And do you see
And
what vitriol you say this as if
what
I
did
am
his
not
father what
of
did
the
his father
value
say of
that
him?
you are?
What did his father say
So
of him?
so so you people put us people in a position to feel and believe that we are not equals, that we
I
are
didn't
not
write
of the
it.
same
I did not
bloodline.
write it. I did not write it. We people did not write it. Your people wrote it
It,
to give us a misunderstanding of their understanding.
prove it.
Well, it's proven already. It's already proven how backwards everything is, how imitated everything is, how copied everything is, and how it has been malaligned to say they were first. When you can always get white from black, but tell me where black ever came from white.
It is a universal life. The blood,
Universal,
the blood is universal.
the blood is universal, but it all has its own it all has its own genetics.
Am I
And it
not
all has
am I
its
not
and it
worthy?
all has its
Have I
specified
not proven
it
myself?
all has its
If I was
specified.
so under you, then you all would be able to lift yourselves up.
Oh, do you think we have?
I don't see it.
She is
Even now with this transition,
seeing also
even now
believing?
with this
Is
transition,
seeing also
there are
believing?
many levels of sight. You have
Okay,
spiritual, you have physical, and you have
I was going to say, is seeing also believing? Or is believing seeing?
your reality is based on what you believe.
Your reality is based on what you believe or what you make.
And I have made and created an incredible world.
Yeah, you also think it's
It is a great world.
hmm?
It is a great world.
With
It's great for me.
all the war and catastrophe that goes on, because out of your
Those are called
out of
checks and balances. Even in the world,
I love it.
even in
I
the
love it.
word,
I love it.
the word
That
tells
brings it
us
all
there
back to
will be
that brings
wars
it
and
all back
rumors
to
of wars.
business, right?
So I am
That
not the
brings it all
creator
back
of
to
wars.
business, right?
So
That brings it all back to checks and balances
checks
on
and
the
balances.
business, record it and balance it out so that it all comes out
There
to
has been
zero.
no
So it's your
time
bottom line is zero.
in the
The
world
bottom line is
history
zero. And the
outside
only
of
thing
now.
above that is one.
I, so out of all of the history that we understand and know, that we have allowed you to understand.
Oh, allow us to understand.
Yes.
Well, guess what? We transcended that.
Not,
Huh?
not as of yet.
Not us as yet.
Not as
Oh,
so
I'm sitting
let me
here
finish my point.
ignorant of the fact that mostly everything that you have has been transferred to you from us.
No, no,
Hmm?
not
No,
so.
what? No,
Not
what?
so. Not
Not
so.
so?
No. Uh,
How does the
fair
masses
exchange is no
how does
robbery. Fair exchange is no robbery.
when has it ever been said?
Anytime there is a war or a battle
Mayfair?
or there is a life and death situation, life is always chosen. Now,
But
for
you promote
those
both
that do
sides.
not
But you
choose,
promote both sides of every war and you reap the benefits of both sides, life and death.
Such you understand the story, but may not be the truth of what you understand.
Oh, it is definitely the truth of it because it fears me and it brings me to more life more abundantly for the fact that I know
Well,
I'm not considering there being
but see how
a
you will not let me
development.
complete my statement.
Oh, did I see that?
You want to allow me to complete my statement, give you an understanding, to enlighten you.
I have an over.
I want to enlighten you. So,
Okay, Lucy.
oh, now see, these are the things that you people
What
do
does
to
he
us
call it?
people.
What is he? Is he not the light bringer? You want to lighten me?
So
You want to bring me out of what?
we can
Triple
go into
darkness?
the etymology of the words
Why did you take offense to it then?
because you, in the tone and in the structure of how you use those words.
Is there any difference in how we have been placated under classism and all of the what is it, categories and all the labels that we've been put on to make us non-existent and throw us to the
But
wolves?
everything comes with a choice. There has always been a choice, and those of you that chose not,
So you chose
there's always been a choice for everyone.
you chose
Everyone has
to
always had a
seek the
choice.
position that you're in based on the non-positions
I chose
that you've taken.
structure. I chose structure. I chose to be civilized. I chose to show a brighter and better way. I chose to show how technology and how this world is for us to control and to direct. Now, if no one wanted to input and create the other technologies in order for us to do better, that is not our fault.
I guess. But when you take it that most of the trauma that you guys went through come to deviant and despicable thinking that makes you think that all of this perfectly fine and that there will be no causative reformations or reactions or what can I say, judgments.
There's always judgment.
Yes, but I'm saying that you feel that you're above those things.
No, not at all.
No,
But when
but
you are
but at the same
but
time,
when you
okay,
are in control of the circumstances, situations, and direction, then you have there's those are things that you can help to guide your direction. So now that we are back into complete and total
let's turn
control,
those keys.
we're back in complete and total control. You all will see in the next cycle of this
Elevation,
control,
elevation,
the elevation we're
the
at.
mental elevation that we have reached that tells us now, look, you can believe what you see. You don't have to believe it. You can know what you see because you've got that knowing from the experiences you've had in life over generation after generation after generation that told you this time was coming and that this time frame is now the picture that you see.
Feelings and information, feelings and
Feelings,
information,
feelings,
feelings and information. But
feelings and information.
feelings and information
Also,
without logic and understanding of science,
oh, the sciences.
it's
Come on with
not
that.
it's not complete.
Come on with the sciences.
It's not a complete,
Come on with
not complete.
huh?
You all thinking
The science
in
in
short
what you see.
cycles.
The science in what you see.
You
The
thinking in
sci in
micro.
what you see.
I'm thinking in macro. You think in micro. I think in globalization. You
Oh,
think in
that's beautiful. That's
regionalization.
beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So
And so to that extent, each macrocosm is a firm, instituted, structured, and dominated factor of the macrocosm. So what happens when all of those silently, or what I like to call secret,
so
instill a
I, let
sense of cumulative coming together that y'all thought would
I've
never
humored you.
that y'all
I've
thought would
humored you
never
for
happen.
to this point, but let you understand. So society has been around for millennia. Civilizations
About
have
4 millennia.
been around for also a very long. But the system in which I created, in which controls the world right now, has only been around for approximately 500. We have perfected every other society's history. We have perfected soc every other society's thought process, their constitutional interests, whether it been from the Orient or from the Slavic communities or from any African or Nubian thought
And it's all
process
crushing.
or native process.
And it's
But th look,
all
so
crushing.
I listen to what you say.
It's all
Let
crushing.
me just I will be silent again once I make my statement. I have put those things together and shown you a way of stability, of civilization, of comfort, and wealth and riches that has never been seen in any time throughout history, a known history. And I've only judged as an enemy or evil when the weakest of our societies in any society can control the world with a budget. That has never been the case in history ever. And just because I have made sure that the least of me, has the most power than the most of you, I'm wrong. I have given everyone the
Why are
opportunity
we still here?
to enhance.
Why are we still here?
What
Why are we still here?
justify that statement? Meaning what? Why are we still here?
Justify the
How?
question? That's a question. I'm asking you a question. Since you have perfected all of those things, why are we still here?
In what sense?
In every category, from the Orient to the what uh, the baser islands,
Because it was not our intent to destroy everything, just to put in
not
our
to destroy
just to
everything.
put in our purpose and power. So you could destroy us. We may be made it out of the system in the next 100 years, but our system will never leave. We have implanted in the human mind a system that will never dissipate or disappear. Everyone, everyone on this planet, everyone on this planet has been engulfed in the thought process of of our European construct. We made sure when Leopold went and did what he did, and when others did what they did, and when we went and took the two nations, we took care of them too. When we sent all of our priests and our missionaries across in order to indoctrinate, we made sure that the system would never ever be broken. Do
In
we
those,
have competition?
yes,
Yes, we do. We call
listen.
them Arab, but they're competition, but we are number one.
Well, I can only say that you have all of those things to the forefront. You think you got it locked down,
And I
but
digress with
here's
this. I will allow you to have the rest of the time. Thank you for this time. I wish to see.
so here's the key that we got the key in on because you never figured that we'd ever figure it out. All of the methods that you had were pre-existing. They were always done. They were done in the dynasties. They were done in the pharaonic, what would you call it, pharaonic monopoly through the pharaohs, all the way down the line. These things were done before those bestial people came with the swords and savagely cut off heads so that they could do reconnect. And see, by cutting off heads, I mean they took the knowledge and ran, and they thought we would never put it back together. But those things were left walls. Those things were
But you
written.
must
Oh,
appreciate the
wait a minute. Hold on.
beauty of
Hold on. Hold on.
war.
Huh? I must appreciate what? Since you interjected.
The beauty of war, the beauty of conquering and controlling and directing.
No, I never considered that because I never felt like the brothers ever been in conflict. None of it. At, at no time in any story that I've read or been appraised of,
But such is life.
according to who?
Any religious doctrine that you look at,
I'm not even
any
looking at
Abrahamic
religious
religious
doctrine.
doctrine that you
I'm
look
not
at,
looking at
whether
any
it be
religious
Sumerian
doctrine.
texts, whether it be Aztec texts, whether it be Egyptian texts, whether it be the Apocrypha, whether it be anything that you look at, there's always confusion, death, and destruction, and then there is the ultimate power of control.
There's never been less mother love in that beginning. Mother didn't put a difference. She told you, brother, love your brother in the same manner that you love yourself. That's mother's love. Where did father come in at? You protect what I tell them boys to do and make sure they do it. Now, where did that come in as an adversarial position? Who was adverse to that? What deviant came in with iniquity, as you want to put it, since it was a religious story?
Well,
What was
it
the
tells us,
what
"I
was
will
the
put
what was
enmity
the
between thee
decline?
and thy seed, and
What was the
I
decline
will
of a
crush your head,
mutation?
and you will
What was the
bruise my heel."
decline of the mutation?
And who's to say there was a mutation?
Who's to say?
It's just the humankind. It's just the mentality of humanity. It's just the lust that we have. Called, it's a part of our
Then why
DNA.
is there mankind? And then why is there a human and then there's only humanity? Those lessenings of the original that came about in the very beginning, not those presupposed beginnings, but in the very beginning, when woman gives birth, not not through the indoctrination of how man sees his ability to dominate that man or that child or that baby at birth. And who's that dragon, as you want to call it? Who is that serpent? Who is all of those reptilians? Which is not even a state of mind that gave itself an appearance
I would
in the
only
most
give you
beautiful
First
factor that it
Corinthians
could.
13:12.
Hmm?
I will only give you First Corinthians 13:12
Oh, First Corinthians.
because
Something that was written.
as you speak,
Something that was written.
I
Re
give it as
did
reference.
what happened? What
I give
happened
it as
to
reference.
what
You must
happened
have
to
reference.
huh?
Everything that you speak comes from some reference.
Oh, really?
So
So
everything
the
that you speak
spoken
has
so the spoken so the spoken word was given from reference?
there's nothing that you have spoken that has come from pure
I'm
spirit
asking you,
and that has
huh?
come from your
What
devotions and
about what was
meditation.
passed down for eons of time from lip to ear
It
before
still
anything was
was
written?
put in it was still put into
No,
still put
no,
into
no,
a
no, no, no,
tone
no, no,
of
no.
a
As I
language.
said, it was passed down from lip to ear. Don't mean no book was there.
Lip to ear paper to print.
Lip to ear to paper to print. No, because no way was the ear hearing anything other than what was said.
I just say for now, we see through
When it went through
the
the
glass
transmission,
darkly.
when it went through the transition and translations and all those other things that were written, was not the original of what was passed down from lip to ear. And I mean one thing about that, too, honestly, basis and most of your being from key into. And where is and where is it? Inside you. So all of those things outside are of less significance than that totality that you reach once you key into.
Rhetoric, propaganda.
Redundant rhetoric. I take it you're trying to say.
No, I say what I say.
Hmm?
I say what I say.
Well,
But you, it is of a glass darkly.
so much so that the rhetoric of those who call themselves in power,
It's not a call. We are in power.
hmm?
It's so called. It is power. It is control.
It is power, it is control. And I give no obeisance to it, but grant you that. I'll grant you that under my authority to do so. Now, you say I don't have that, I'll grant you that. But then at the same time, you tell me I have freedom of speech, make me not speak. By what means? More collateral damage.
That all falls under checks and balances.
Okay, yeah, I guarantee that too. But as I say, time takes its course. Take the lock off with the key. Take the lock off with the key. At the key. Key it in first. Then which is being done on a basis. The knowledge that you guys consider you captured the world with is being freed.
It was never hidden. It was
No,
just
I said being freed. I didn't say hid. I didn't say being shown. I say it's being freed. You captured the world. You didn't make it.
we just held on
You
to it.
didn't make it.
We held on to it in order to be able to
Oh,
structure
wait,
the world in which we created.
one more time.
We held on to it to structure the world we created.
You held
So
on to it to
if
structure
those
the world that you
as
created.
I told
So
you
you locked,
earlier,
yeah, like I said, you locked it
no,
in.
no, no,
You
we
locked it in.
gathered,
You
we
locked it
collect,
in. No, you
we
locked it in.
curators of information.
Curators of information.
So we
But
gathered
you
all.
consider
I
that
just told you we
you
just
said
took
you
all of the things throughout
divine your,
history.
you divine yourself.
We took things
You
throughout history,
divine yourself to
and
be
we
the
did it better
ultimate
than
thinker.
anyone ever in history,
You divine yourself to be the ultimate thinker. But you're less.
based on the information that was given
But you oh,
through
so where did
history.
they come? Where did they come from?
Every every history throughout history.
Where did that history start?
That is
Who
for a
did that
different
history
day.
start with?
That is of a different knowledge.
Oh, with different knowledge and different day. Well, that original knowledge is what we yet have.
You have to
And
prove
once you get there,
you have to prove
once you see it, once you know it, there's no going backwards. There's no going backwards.
it, but that has to be proven.
That no, it's being proven every day. It's every day.
People have emotional feelings.
When you find that there are those who you consider what they doing next to me.
So
What are they doing next to me? What did they learn that most that I did not want to learn have outlearned?
what most people don't want to learn or
And then are
understand
they
is
passing
that
that
it's all
knowledge
about
on? Are
sacrifice.
they
What are you
passing?
willing to sacrifice?
Oh, it's all about
What are
sacrifice.
you willing to sacrifice?
Ignorance,
You have to be willing to sacrifice in order to
ignorance,
gain what
ignorance,
it is that you want
ignorance. I'm
in
willing
this
to
system and
sacrifice
society.
total ignorance. and I'll run the course of this world sacrificing it. So what have I gained from that? You can
Well, you may have a feeling of enlightenment,
a feeling of
but
enlightenment.
even in that feeling, you are still under the structure of my system.
Hmm.
Your enlightenment is under the comfort and the guise in which I
Under
give
the
you,
what?
the comfort in which I give you,
Hmm.
because I created a system for you to be comfortable in your own thought of what you consider freedom. Or
Hmm. Not
because this is the thing,
not as
you
much as
can
I
dig for
not
more
as much as I
information.
have.
You can dig for
Not as much
information,
as I
and the more you dig, the more confusion, because there's more history, more information, and more things that you did not know that existed, more on top of others that existed before that, and that is. And it all as above, so below, it is really so above. Everything is here.
internally, externally, like he's trying to do the revenue service.
As you said
They
to me, it's all internal.
huh?
So it's still a magic trick. I get you while I play the game.
Oh, the distraction has always been a pretty way of holding the masses in a confused state of chaos. That's no longer as you key in,
Hu-
as you key in
Humans are
to
too
your
emotional
as you
not to
key
go.
into your own thinking. I don't care how many emotions you have. Who you going to take it out on? Who are you going
Humans
to
are
take it
too
out on?
emotional.
You going to take it out on yourself?
Humans are too emotional. That's
Well,
why
that's what you got the psychiatry.
you have
That's
to
what you have
practice
psychiatry for, right?
and you have to meditate
That's why you had the psychiatry, right?
on controlling those called em-
It's been taught at infancy for those who key in, baby. Key in on that one.
I just listen to what you say, but I sit in such a high position and
I know.
I
I
hope
know.
that
I
you could
know.
understand. But see this the
You have
sacrifices have
always
been made.
decided that.
I did not
But
decide
then
this.
you yes, you
It,
did.
when
You
it
had you
when
had
the
decided
opportunity
that
was
you would
given,
set your throne above
opportunity
that
was
throne.
given,
You
and
would
if
set your throne above that throne and be tuned in as
remember
God. But
remember
at the same
Gilgamesh,
point in time,
remember Gilgamesh,
be,
remember El
be,
and
at
Lil,
the same time,
remember the
but at
Sumerian,
the same time,
remember Genesis,
who can find
remember
a more
Exodus,
apt place to find the kingdom of heaven than
remember the book of Eden,
who can find a better apt
remember the
position
book of
to
Jubilee,
find the kingdom of heaven is not
as above, so below.
not not what it is,
I just said that. You just didn't see it.
not above and below is neither within or without. It is with.
That's what I said.
So where's the contrast?
Who will cry for the widow's son?
Oh my. Those are old casts. Those are old casts of old movies, of old films, of old everything. Those secret societies weren't really secret, they were just untold stories. And even though they were told, they were misunderstood or not
Well,
understood. They were either
it
misunderstood or
it's
not understood.
that is not it. It's
Because
called propaganda,
when they hit Hiram Abiff upside his head,
and
it caused him to
it's
have
called double talk. You have to understand what you understand within.
yeah, well, that came with the knowledge of white man's people before that double talk was understood because he ain't gonna do nothing like he said.
I
He ain't
appreciate
gonna do nothing
I
that he said
appreciate
he
the
gonna
treaties and the contracts and
I'm
all
sure
those
you
things.
do, because you wrote them all and signed them too. Yeah, yeah, so
The DOS rose was an incredible invention.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, well, I guess that's where the Dawes Rose came from. The Dovos. We're not good. I mean, but at the same point in time, once we find out, then what? But once those that have never had truly want, they key into those factors that cause them not to have, and then guess what? Who's put in fear? And what do they fear? They supposedly have nothing to fear
There's
because they're
nothing. Yeah.
because they are on that apex, because they're in the on the what's above them?
We are
What's above them?
creation.
Who are the creators, not the imitators. They're all the way down here on the bottom, right?
When you have been forsaken, you control and guide yourself to conquer the things that have forsaken you.
Hmm. That's a good way to put it because that's what they did.
So for those that have,
But why did they feel forsaken in the first place?
it is not. It is not. That
Huh?
is something that we didn't create. We
Hmm?
didn't create the reason why we were forsaken. We can't change
Oh, we
what the
didn't.
thought
You didn't
is.
create it.
We didn't create
You
that
didn't
reason.
create it,
We didn't create that reason.
but you had reason to do it, to be it.
It's life or death, and I choose life. And if I'm going to choose life,
Then
I
that
choose
makes
it
you
abundantly.
when that makes you the murderer.
I choose
That
it
makes you the
abundantly.
that makes you the murderer.
I didn't cast the first blood.
Huh?
I didn't cast the first blood.
Well, really?
Really.
Hmm.
The first blood was struck at me, and then
The first
I
blood was
showed
struck at
humanity.
you.
I showed humanity what it looks like, if that's what you want to.
The first blood was struck at hmm. How so? How so?
For another time.
No. Great. And that'll be it. We'll go for another time. Yeah. Well, I'll still say that we'll go with the fact that there are global cults and they'll be exposed. And I have keyed in quite a few of them. I'll bring them back and we'll go down the line with them. From the World Economic Forum to the New World Order that is phasing in as I speak. Till then.
And that has been another episode of Connected and Protected with your host, Daru Mitchell. And this was episode Need to Key In. Thank you again for tuning in to Out of the Mud Media.